LEGO City SWAT Police is once again in a little bit of a jam. You see, crime has risen in LEGO City, and while the SWAT Police budget has gone up, letting them get some brand new toys in their arsenal, the cops themselves have not been able to stop the crime. So it's time for our boys to roll out for a big boy crackdown on these new LEGO gangs popping up across the city, and their main headquarters is within the old Arkham Asylum warehouse here. So, the figs we're gonna be using today are all of the brand new gang member LEGO minifigures from AliExpress. These boys are new, I bought all of them, and we're gonna be checking them all out. And to start, we have our classic series of gang members here. We're talking like the 1940s older generation with their head honcho right here. And these guys are the weird fake LEGO minifigs where they only have one stud in the torso, so you can technically twist their torso. It just makes them look very, very peculiar. It's strange. But for this gang, why don't we go ahead and have their head honcho chilling in his chair right here. And back in the day, these guys were often messing with the various police commissioners and things like that. However, Police Commissioner Gordon here would never be on the take. So let's have it as if the head honcho boss here demanded a meeting with Gordon, and we're gonna go ahead and make sure his guards have some weaponry to look extra threatening. For our weapons here, we're gonna give this guy on the left, we'll name him Hanzo, and we're gonna give him a nice old school revolver right there. And for a little added cool factor for our boy, we're gonna give him a nice little lit cigarette, and he'll be in the corner over there. And then for our other guy, we're gonna give him, of course, a classic Tommy gun, a favorite of old school mobsters. So these guys are just basically lurking while the head honcho boss man is over here. So this is pretty sweet, but I say we go much more modern with our next gang. Oh god, I have the hiccups.
A few minutes later.
These next fellas here, I'm pretty sure are supposed to be like the Yakuza or something like that. I'm not totally sure, to be honest with you, but they're all in their undies. It's very bizarre. They're an interesting lot of men for sure, all hanging out in their underwear. But let's go ahead and have them on the ground floor entranceway area over this way. Let's have them doing some nefarious things with our boy from BrickTactical.com here, Jesse. And I want these guys to be more or less dealing with a SWAT raid that's coming through. So first, let's go ahead and equip them with some weaponry here. Okay, so we equipped our guys with more sort of modern gang weapons. We've got some brass spiked knuckles here, some AK-47s, some of these Mac 11s with silencers on them. And we're gonna have a police raid coming through the doors. So we'll have the doors kind of swung open like that, and then we're gonna need a breacher, and I think this fella will do the trick just fine with the SWAT hammer there. The door breacher coming through, and he's gonna have his 9mm raised at the ready as he breaches and clears through the door. Well, we have a second SWAT unit here who has taken a shot and is tumbling through the door, more or less, and then behind them, we'll have the FBI SWAT team coming through as the action unfolds. I had to remove this guy because it was a struggle to get stuff placed, but we can replace these fallen men. Then we can also have a gang member off to the side here who got shot in the entranceway. And then we could have additional FBI agents bursting through the background there as well. And we have one more FBI agent here with the MP9. And she could be running through the way background there, as you can see her. Now we need our gang members set up on this platform. And I don't know what they were doing with all their clothes off except for their underwear, but it's getting interrupted now. Well, this guy with the melee weapon up front, charging the pistol-wielding hammer bro. The rest of those guys all firing away, and then we'll have Jesse in the background of the gang members trying to get away from this whole firefight, which he really does not want to be a part of as they breach and clear their laboratory here. No bueno. And we can toss a couple more members of the gang As if the SWAT team really took them by surprise and was just taking bodies left and right. Now these next gang members, we're going to be taken to the streets. The reason being is that these gang members are kind of like 1960s greasers type beat, I guess you could call them. There's a lot of variety to them. So first of all, I don't know why this man's dogs are out. Why are your dogs out, brother? It's weird. Then we have like the pretty lady greaser here. Is this like The Outsiders? Great book, by the way, but kind of random to have in Lego.
What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2, all of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel.
And then we've got like the preppy gang, you know, I forget what they're called in The Outsiders, but the guys who like beat up the greasers basically, and you know, they're like a little better dressed and stuff like that. So we're gonna give them some more 1960s style weapons, and since they're mostly just teens, they're all gonna be melee weapons. So we've got ourselves a nice little switchblade here, or sorry, that's not a switchblade, that's a butterfly knife. This is the switchblade. Can also give them a big old like Bowie knife type beat here. Sure, why not a machete? A fire axe. I mean, they're just gonna use whatever they can get their hands on, I guess. And of course, the Demon Slayer sword. Very nice. No, we're not using that. Here, this guy's getting like the biggest of the downgrades because we're giving him the standard Lego knife instead. This poor bloke. Now, since these are just stupid kids, basically, doing stupid things, we're gonna have them in this back alleyway, and we'll have them facing off against the riot control portion of the SWAT police instead of people with guns and stuff like that. You know, they're just trying to get these kids to straighten up their lives. So we got that guy with a riot shield. We'll bring in freaking Harry Potter with a riot shield as well. And then since these kids have knives that clearly have been used, yeah, these kids, they need to go to juvenile detention or something, man. We're gonna also have our nice little SWAT gas mask trooper here with white phosphorus, as well as a less than lethal shotgun. I get asked all the time where I get some of the SWAT gear. The white phosphorus canister here, which has, as you can see, WP labeled on it, and you know, looks like an actual white phosphorus canister, that's from Brick Warp. The gas mask is from Brick Raids, and the less than lethal shotgun is from Brick Mania, and the SWAT vest is from Sidan Toys. So that is the gist of it. So this guy is basically going to be coming in there trying to take these kids out with less than lethal options, while his you know, riot shield troopers kind of try and condense against them. So we'll need to like, let's have this guy like really raising up his shield, as we have one of the preppy gang members going down at him with the fire axe here. Bada bing. And then we'll have more troopers consolidating inward. And you know what? We'll actually also have like some of the other preppy kids running away. You know, the greasers, they're about that life, but the preppy kids, maybe not so much. They don't want to get their Leatherman jackets dirty, except for this guy who's clearly like an actual psycho, but the others are like, you know what? The cops are here. I'm just gonna get out. I'm gonna skedaddle while the other guys fight onward. So when I found these gang members on AliExpress, I was shooketh. But they're pretty fun. I mean, I like the greasers. I think they're a great addition to Lego. And then the freaking Yakuza gang is absolutely insane. What a freaking diabolical thing to add. I'm wondering if some of these are from like movies or something like that, because I'm not totally sure. Some of like the tattooing and stuff like that is very, very specific. So it could be from a movie or something. Let me know in the comments if you guys know. But there's those guys. And then I do enjoy the mobsters up here. I'm pretty sure these guys are actually from Lego Indiana Jones, at least partially. So they just kind of upgraded them a little bit more and, you know, copied them and made fakes out of them, as AliExpress tends to sell all of those things. But these gangs were definitely very fun to make. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Real quick, I wanted to shout out my book, Army Men, Blight of the Empire. The other week, we made it to number 54 on young adult coming of age stories. So huge thank you to you guys. If you want to pick up up a copy, link in the description below. It's on Amazon. Army Men Blade of the Empire paperback. This is the hardcover version, and there's also Kindle version. And if you have read it, please leave a review because it helps me out a ton in the Amazon algorithm. Either way, guys, thanks so much for watching these videos. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.